Hey, it's me again. It's been a while, but I think I'm finally getting into the groove of my life again and finally getting back into the groove of reading again. So I feel like I wanted to try to come back to booktube and hopefully get back into making videos consistently again, because I do miss it. I still watch it all the time, and I just feel like I'm at a better place in my life where I can try to make videos again. Speaking of which, today it is Friday, November 21st, which means since I am now a teacher and coach again, I have Thanksgiving break. We got out at 12:30 today. It's about 1:30. I am now home in my new home in South Texas. I have two great roommates who also coach with me, and it's been a big adjustment this past year. My life has been crazy and wild, but I'm hoping my life and my mental health are on the up and up. Still a struggle some days, but we are trying to get through it. And the best way to get through it for me is reading and booktube. So I wanted to start a weekly vlog, especially because I have a week off, or over a week off, I guess, from school and working. So I have a lot of time to read, a lot of time to watch TV shows. So let's kind of talk about what I am currently reading, because I'm going to finish a book in like the next hour or so. I'm currently reading The Serial Killer Guide to San Francisco by Michelle Chouinard, and this one is a book I was interested in as soon as I heard about it, like before it came out, and my mom actually got it and read it before me, and when I just saw her this last weekend, she was like, hey, I'm gifting this to you now, and so I picked it up and I am kind of flying through it. I am on page 286, so I literally just have this much left. I have like maybe 40 pages left, and this one is really good. I'm really enjoying it. So we actually follow this girl who is, or woman, who is the granddaughter of famous notorious serial killer Overkill Bill. And she actually does true crime tours in San Francisco, and it has been decades since her grandfather was accused of being the serial killer, and she actually believes her grandfather is innocent. But he did die in prison. However, there have been more murders recently that are copycats of her grandfather. So now she's investigating, trying to figure out what's going on, if her grandfather was really innocent. Is this the original killer? Is this a copycat? What is going on? And I'm just really enjoying it. I'm not usually into mysteries because they are a little like lower stakes for me, but this one has been fun, and I really do like our main character and the way she thinks, and I'm excited to talk to my mom about this as well. But other than that, when I'm reading, I'm also going to be watching Hell's Kitchen. I think I'm on season 9. I have been binge watching that show like crazy. Like, even when I think I'm gonna take a break from it, my fingers just automatically click on it. I love Gordon Ramsay. I would give my life for the man. I could write a whole dissertation on how he's one of the best humans ever. And so I am watching every show he's ever been on, and I had never seen Hell's Kitchen, so I'm just currently making my way through that. But on commercials, I'm going to be finishing up this book, so I'll come back to you when I have finished it. Other than that, plans for the rest of the day. My parents will be here at 5. We're gonna get dinner, and then my high school, not the one I currently work at, but the one that I used to work at and the one that I went to school at, is having their playoff football game actually in the town that I currently live in. So that'll be fun. We're gonna go watch that and see some of my old students. But yeah, that's my day, a quick update on my life so far. But time to go finish a book. I think this is gonna be like my 6th or 7th book for, oh my gosh, 6, 7. If you're a middle school teacher, you know 6, 7. Oh, I can't get it out of my head. But it might be either my 6th, ... or my 7th book. We'll see. All right, I just finished The Serial Killer Guide to San Francisco, and I really enjoyed this one. This is probably one of my favorite mysteries I've read, because like I said, I'm not a huge fan of mysteries, but I did really like this one. I am gonna settle on 4 stars, and this is the start of a series, so I am so interested in reading the next book, because the way this one ended, I just need to know where things are going with certain characters. But a lot of the storylines, actually like all of the storylines for the most part, were resolved in this book, so it can also stand as a standalone, which is good, I feel like, for a mystery series as well. This, I feel like, is along the lines of Finley Donovan. It's not as like comical as Finley Donovan, but I do get the same vibes when I'm reading this one as I do that one as well. So I do recommend this one. I really, really do enjoy it, and seeing my mom tonight, I can't wait to talk with her about this. But now I need to pick up my next book. So what I've really been doing is, first of all, buying way too many books. I have been book buying like crazy, and I think it's because this year has been one of the worst for me mentally, and so the only serotonin I get right now is buying books. So I also don't have enough bookshelves in my room since I moved here, so I just have stacks of books everywhere. And the newest books I've acquired are in a stack right next to me right here, and there are 21 books in this stack. So as I've been reading, I have just been randomly generating a number to pick the book for me. So there are 21 books, like I said, so I have the generator pulled up, so we're just going to click generate. That did not click it. Generate, and it got book number, book number 9. So let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my gosh. I'm so scared. Okay, but I guess Thanksgiving break is the best time to tackle this book. So let me pull it out of the stack and show you. I'm so scared. Okay, so the book the generator really wants me to read is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. I don't think I'm gonna like this. I do not think I'm gonna like this. It involves fae, I believe, and if you know anything about me, you know I hate anything to do with fae. Cannot stand it, hate it, biggest turn off in books for me. I hate the fae. But this edition was just like so stunning, and I've heard so many good things, and you know, I don't often fall trap to the hype of books, but this one I think got me. This one got me, and also my mental health and my book buying habits right now got me. And so I couldn't say no. It's just absolutely stunning, and like there's a snowflake, and I love anything with snow, so I was there. And then you have the back here, or the front here, and then the back also has another character back here, and he looks so handsome, and I really hope he's not fae, but I think he is. And I am so okay with DNFing, so this could also possibly be a DNF, but I could also completely surprise myself and fall in love with this. So that's the plan. Like I said, this is a chunky book. It is over 600 pages, and I haven't read a book that long in a while, but Thanksgiving break is the perfect time to tackle a tome. So maybe my dreams of reading a book a day for this break are gone, but maybe I'll fall in love with this book. Chances are slim. My battery's gonna die, but I need to do an update, so let's see if I can do this. So I started Quicksilver, and I am 100 pages in, which so far so good for me, because 8 pages in I thought I was gonna DNF. But we're now 100 pages in, and let me give you a little synopsis if you haven't heard of this yet. So we follow this woman. She's 24 years old. I say her name wrong, and I know I say it wrong, but I'm going to continue to say it wrong. Her name is Cyrus, and she lives in the land of the desert. She lives in the 3rd ward, which is basically like the poor poverty ward. Everyone believes they are diseased, and they only get 6 ounces of water ration per day in the desert land. And she loves to steal from like the hub, the kingdom, all these things. And unfortunately, she steals from the wrong person, and things go down, and she ends up basically opening up this gate portal thing to an ice world, and she gets transported there. And one thing about me is I love an ice world. Unfortunately for her, in this new ice world, she has fallen into like in the middle of a war basically with the fae, and I don't know who else because I haven't really read the synopsis and I'm not there yet. But basically in this ice world, things are not nice and easy. There are things going on, and we just met someone named Kingfisher. And I know like Kingfisher, I think, is the love interest maybe, based on what I remember of hearing of this. So we'll see, but so far I am intrigued. I think I'm liking it, which is good for me. I have never enjoyed a fae book, so is this gonna be the first fae book I ever like? I don't know. I also hear a lot of things of Carrion Smith, and I have met him, so I'm interested to see how he becomes a bigger role in this story. I haven't read a book this big in a while either, so I'm hoping it doesn't take me that long to read. But so far, so good, 100 pages in, and I'm hoping I don't waste my time and end up DNFing this, and that like I can actually finish and actually enjoy it, because I've heard nothing but good things. But then again, it does involve fae, which is very, very, very scary for me, but who knows? Maybe this will be the one. Hello, I have a reading update for you, but first I have a package that kind of goes with the reading update, and it's kind of going to tell you exactly what I think of Quicksilver, because 100 pages in yesterday, after my last update, I went online and I ordered, oh my gosh, Brimstone. This is the sequel to Quicksilver. This is just stunning. I love the orange. This year I feel like I'm really into orange, and I just couldn't like pass up these straight edges, so I had to get it. I want to see what it looks like on the inside. Who is that? Is that Carrion? Is that Carrion right there? And then, oh my gosh, I love it. Oh my gosh, and he's on the front too. Okay, so yeah, I went and ordered this yesterday after my update because I realized I was actually really enjoying it. So now commences the reading update. I am 268 pages in, so I am almost halfway, but not quite. And yes, I am really enjoying this. It's not full-on 5-star feelings right now for me. Like I'm still able to like put it down and do other things when I need to, but I am loving the characters, I'm loving the world, and I'm really interested in like the magic and, oddly enough, like the politics of the war and stuff that's going on, because I don't usually like politic heavy series. I also haven't read a fantasy book in a very long time, so this is going well. It is a little slow for my liking, but I am having fun, and the face stuff isn't in your face, and that's what I love, because in like Throne of Glass and all of those, the Cruel Prince, the face stuff is like in your face, and then they like, for me, they want you to hate them, and I do. But in this one, it's like not in your face, and so a lot of times when I'm reading, I completely forget like we're in the Fae world, which is great for me. But I am enjoying this, and these two together are just gonna look so beautiful, and I'm so excited. It does say something on the back, but I'm like refraining from reading it in case it like kind of spoils something in here. I don't know, but I am enjoying this, so I just had to show you what I got, and that is my update. Ignore my hair, but I come to you because I have another unboxing for you. First, tiny mini reading update. I have read quite a bit more. I'm now on page 446, so I'm getting closer and closer to the end. One thing that I am not loving about this book is the pacing. I feel like it is very slow for my liking. However, there is a trope in here that I just read about that is one of my favorite tropes of all time. And I can't tell you anything more than that because it will spoil a plot element in here. And this plot point I knew about going into it because I was scared I was going to DNF the book, and my best friend was like, let me give you something to entice you. And she did, but I didn't realize there was even more to the point that she told me. So I love that aspect. But yes, so far, so good. It's going well. Still not quite a 5 stars, but so much better than I thought I was gonna enjoy it. So let me show you what is in this box. Now, I'm going to need you to reserve your judgment and just like be okay with this, because did I need it? No. Did I want it? Absolutely. So here it is. What do you think it is? It's this edition of Quicksilver. Yep. Obviously I have the white edition, but I wanted the black edition with Brimstone and everything, and I just realized I am enjoying the book enough to need more than one edition, so I had to get the black as well as the white. Honestly, when I bought the white one, I couldn't really decide between the black and the white, and I went with the white one, like white silver, because I felt like that was more unique. But after reading Quicksilver and seeing Brimstone, I wanted this edition with it as well. So what a journey this week has been, and it's only Monday. But I'm going to read more of the book tonight. I don't think I'll quite finish it. The plan is to finish it tomorrow if I don't finish it tonight, and then I will come to you, I guess, when I'm officially done with it. Wow, I really came back to YouTube and said, I don't care how I look on the internet. But anyway, good morning. It is like 7 a.m. I have a few medical things to do today. I'm getting blood work done and maybe an x-ray as well. And so I needed to bring a book, and I didn't want to lug Quicksilver around. I do only have 30 pages left of that book. I read so much yesterday during the 49ers game, which we won, by the way. It was not pretty, but we won. So only 30 pages left. There were so many plot twists towards the end that I was sitting there reading and I was like literally gagged, and it's getting good. I'm excited to see how it ends, but it is a big book, so I wanted to pick the smallest book from that stack at the beginning of this video, and that is the Baby Dragon Cafe. I don't know anything about this, I just wanted it because the title and the cover are so cute, and it says, "Welcome to the cutest and most complicated cafe in town," and it is just over 300 pages, and it's kind of like nice and compact and easy to carry, so I figured if I'm waiting around a lot this morning, this will be perfect to read. Who knows, I might not end up waiting around at all and not get to read anything. I might end up waiting around for hours. I really don't want to wait around for hours at the hospital, but we'll see what happens. But that is that. As for what I'm watching, other than the 49ers game, I finished season 9 of Hell's Kitchen, and now I am almost done with season 10. I'll probably finish season 10 today. I'm not kidding, I feel like I have that show on like a 24-hour loop. Even when I don't feel like watching it, muscle memory just like puts it on, and it's constantly going, and I'm invested. And I can't stop until I have no more episodes left. I just love Gordon Ramsay. But I watched that, and I did start It, Welcome to Derry. If you don't know, It is my favorite movie of all time. So when this new TV show was announced, I was already sat. I am so excited to continue watching it. I watched episode 1 and 2, so I still have a few more episodes to catch up, but it is gruesome. I wasn't sure how it would be and how it would translate and how the storylines would connect, and there's already so many things. I feel like I have like a red string on a board connecting everything from the original movie, and I've never read the book, even though it is my favorite movie of all time, so it's really giving me the urge to read it. But you know, it's a massive book, so we'll see. But for now, we're getting the day started, maybe picking this up later, and I'm going to finish Quicksilver later, so when I have finished that, I will give you my final update on it. Alright, I am clearly home. I got my blood drawn, got my x-rays done, so hopefully in like 2 weeks I hear about those things when I go back to the doctor. But other than that, I also went to Target afterwards. It's now 10:40, and I do have a reading update for you in the Baby Dragon Cafe because I got to page 64. And you know, the tagline says romance is on the menu, so you think that would clue me in that this is a romance, and I didn't realize till I start reading it. But we follow this young woman named Saphira who owns a Baby Dragon Cafe, and obviously dragons are a thing in this little world, and she's owning this cafe and she's kind of struggling with money. And one day in walks Aiden, and he is handsome, kind of mysterious, kind of shy. He's from a rich dragon family, and he has a baby dragon that really needs training. She needs money, his dragon needs training, and so they strike up a deal that she will train his dragon and he will pay her the money that she needs. So romance ensues from there. But 64 pages in, and I am enjoying it, so I actually went to Target afterwards to pick up the sequel, The Baby Dragon Bakery. This cover, again, absolutely stunning. I just love the covers of these series so much, and they're gonna look so cute on my shelves. So I got this one, and the rest of this book haul brought to you by mental illness, and I saw this book and I had to get it. Brimstone, my second copy. So I have 2 copies of Quicksilver, 2 copies of Brimstone, but this edition is the Target exclusive, and it is just stunning, and it has edges, and I haven't even looked like underneath. I think it's the same. Yeah, it's the same as the other one, but I love this cover so much. I think I like this one better than the original black one, so I got that one, but it was like buy 2 get 1 free, so I couldn't walk away without a third. I would be like wasting money at that point. So I got The Perfect Divorce by Geneva Rose. I believe this is book 2 in the Perfect Marriage series. I haven't read The Perfect Marriage, but I do own it, and I also own it in the special edition, so I thought I would get the duology in the special edition together. And I recently decided Geneva Rose is actually becoming one of my favorite authors, so I want to read every book she has written, so I figured this was a good one to pick up for my buy 2 get 1 free. So that's the haul, unplanned. I also got a lot of other things at Target that I didn't need to get, as always, but for now I'm going to eat something, and then I'm going to read the last 30 pages of Quicksilver. Alright, everyone congratulate me, because I finally found a Fae book that I actually like. I'm giving it 4 stars. It never quite hit that 5-star feeling for me, but the ending was starting to. The ending was so good, and something happened in here that I never guessed, I never expected, because I didn't know this was an aspect of the book going into it, and I'm so glad it was, because I enjoyed it so much more because of this plot point. That is slightly surprising, at least for me. You may have heard about it, I don't know, depending on what people say about this book, but I'm not gonna say it. I loved it. I am really surprised. I really liked the characters. There's also aspects in here that I never usually like, not even talking about the fae, but like other things that come along with certain romantasy books that were in here, and I actually didn't mind. I'm so curious about the second book. It's gonna be intense and crazy, and I don't know what's gonna happen because of the way this ended. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So 4 stars for this one. I am pleasantly surprised with that. I cannot believe I liked it. Y'all were actually right about a book, and I finally liked a fae book. Now, do I still like fae? No, I don't like fae. I would like rather do without them. But in this book, they were actually okay because they weren't shoved in your face. And like I said before in another clip, sometimes I forgot I was reading a fae book. So now that I have finished that, I'm going to continue the Baby Dragon Cafe, and hopefully I'll get a lot read in that. I'm also currently watching season 10 of Hell's Kitchen, so I'm going to be finishing that right now too. So overall, great day. I've got my Bath & Body Works holiday candle going. I have my new pajamas I got from Target today. The Dancing with the Stars finale starts in 1 hour, and I've made progress in my book. I'm now on page 132, and this book is just so cute and cozy. Like, it really is kind of like a cozy fantasy, I guess. It is like an urban fantasy, so it is the real world, but with magical creatures, which I just love. The little baby dragons are honestly like puppies. That's how they're described, and they're just so playful and so cute, but they also have like genuine emotions, which is really fun. I also always love like a cafe food bakery setting, which obviously this one's a cafe and the sequel is in a bakery, so like my ideal setting. I love Saphira. She's great. She works really hard. Aiden, the male, like the love interest, he's not my favorite. I do appreciate like the anxiety, like self-conscious representation, but my love interest, I don't love having that. Like, I love a confident love interest, and he is definitely not that, but I totally understand why. It's just not my ideal type, if that makes sense. But I am having a lot of fun, and I definitely will be reading a lot more of this because commercials for Dancing with the Stars tend to get long, and so I can read a lot during that time. I did start Is It Cake Holiday Season 2, and that's fun. I love the Is It Cake. However, I do not like the host of Is It Cake. Cannot stand him. Sorry, he's on SNL, and I don't understand how or why, because I just don't like him. But Is It Cake Season 2, it just came out, and so I always watch that as soon as they come out. I finished Season 10 of Hell's Kitchen. I think I'm going to watch the first episode of Season 11 before Dancing with the Stars starts, just because I take a break, and then I'm not kidding, I like just get this intense urge to keep watching. I know it's because like when I'm really anxious, cooking and baking shows is like my go-to, and so that's why I always have it like on a loop right now, basically, is because my anxiety has been completely like overwhelming my life. It's fine, because we have reading, we have baking, we have cooking, and we have dancing. So what more could you really ask for? So I'm gonna sit down, I'm going to read some more of this, I'm gonna put on season 11, and then hopefully Robert, Irwin, and Whitney win. It's a big day today. It's Wednesday, which means it is Stranger Things Day. Season 5 Part 1 comes out tonight, and I am just like counting down the hours. I cannot wait. My little sister is coming over tonight, and we're gonna go to Target and buy a bunch of snacks, and we're going to binge watch the season. And I am so excited. And I bought this extra large hoodie so that way I can like cuddle in it as I am crying as they inevitably kill my favorite character off, because I truly think my favorite character is gonna die. But other than that, I did just finish the Baby Dragon Cafe, and this was cute. It was like sweet, like almost sickly sweet. You know, sometimes when you eat like a whole bag of candy and your stomach hurts afterwards, like that kind of sweet. There was like a connection between the characters, I feel like, but I didn't love the characters. I thought they were a little naive, a little dumb, a little childish, which is coming from me, who is arguably like very immature and childish. So it was cute, it was sweet, it was fun, it was cozy. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Not a new favorite, but I am definitely going to continue in the series. The baby dragons, I also said that they were like puppies, but they were also kind of like toddlers. So this almost felt like a single dad trope. Like truly, it almost felt like that because it felt like they were raising like a toddler together. But it was cute. 3 stars for that. And now we need to go pick out my next book, and I don't know what I want to read. I don't know what I'm in the mood for. Am I in the mood for a fantasy because Quicksilver? Am I in the mood for more like spicy romance because this wasn't spicy, or am I in the mood for like a thriller or horror? I don't know, so I am going to let the random number generator decide for me again, or maybe a random wheel. I might do the random wheel. Let's see, let's go to my room and choose my next read. Okay, clearly back in my room, I have the random wheel pulled up. This is my entire physical TBR, which right now is 261 books. So we're not going to talk about that part, but what we are going to talk about is this may land on a book that I cannot read right now. My books are in a lot of stacks against the wall right here, and so it might be a book that I like actually physically cannot get to right now. And so if that's the case, we're just going to keep spinning until it's a book that I can actually pull out of my stacks that I have. Let me show you what the stacks look like real quick. So this is kind of what we're working with here. I have my hundreds of books stacked there. I have these stacks, and then I have this one shelf, and then I have my book cart here, and then another shelf here. I am getting a second one of these shelves in Friday, so some of these will be in a shelf, but for now, it's chaos. All right, let's get the wheel going and see if it's a book that I can get out of a stack or off the shelf or out of a book cart. Let's see what it's gonna give me. Hopefully it's a good one that I feel like reading. What is it? Okay, so it landed on Billy Summers, which is Stephen King, which I'm not going to read right now because I am reading his books in publication order, and that is definitely not the next one I have to read. So we're gonna keep going. This could take forever. We might be sitting here spinning for the rest of the day. Let's see, what is it gonna be? Come on. Okay. Unromance. Okay, I can reach this one because I think it's right behind me. All right, so yes, this book was right up here, and that is Unromance. This is by Erin Connor. This is an aardvark book. I don't know why I couldn't get that word out of my mouth. This is an aardvark book from a few months ago. This was one of my picks, and I truly don't know what this is about. It says, a recently dumped TV heartthrob enlists a jaded romance novelist to ruin romance for him, one rom-com trope at a time, so he never gets swept off his feet again. Okay, I kind of really am intrigued by that. I love TV, I love novelists, I love people who are jaded by romance and then come to realize like romance is still out there. But I am very interested in this, and I love also that it's not very long. That way I can like hopefully fly through it. It is just under 350 pages, so this should be a good start. I am also currently still watching season 11 of Hell's Kitchen, so I will be continuing that as I start this before my sister gets here. She should be here in probably like 4-ish hours, so I definitely have time to make a dent in this book, and hopefully I enjoy it, because aardvark books can honestly be kind of hit or miss for me. There have been some that I really enjoyed, and then some that I didn't even finish. I have DNF'd a lot of aardvark books, honestly, but I still love their boxes, and I will continue to get them every time, and hopefully this is a good one. I also really enjoy this cover. This is really cool, and I like how the title is like a sign, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling and go watch Hell's Kitchen and start this book. I have been living in this hoodie since Wednesday, and it is now Saturday. I literally can't think of anything else other than Stranger Things. Like, it's a problem, or is it? I don't know, but this is also so comfortable. By the way, it is now Saturday, so I missed vlogging Thursday and Friday because I went and drove to my parents, and we had Thanksgiving there, and I spent the night, and my dad and I went to a high school football game, and I didn't really vlog because we were just hanging out. If you don't know, this year my parents actually retired, sold everything they own. They got a fifth wheel trailer, and they're just driving and traveling all around America. So they actually just came back home for the holidays after traveling for 4 months. So I hadn't seen them in a while, and so them being like an hour and a half away from me now, it's a lot better because I can go and drive and see them. So that was fun having Thanksgiving with them, and the food was so good, and I love watching football. So good. Also, UT won last night. I'm so excited. Anyway, I'm home. I am tired. I am exhausted. My body is so tired, and I think it's because last night when I got home, I built a second bookshelf. This was on my porch waiting for me. I knew it was going to be there, and I built it last night, and I didn't film it because I usually have like several crash outs when I'm building bookshelves. Last night, no tears. I did drop it on my foot, but other than that, no tears, and I'll show you a little overview of what it looks like now. Obviously, my shelves aren't going to be perfect because everything's chaos with my books being in the closet, my books being in stacks, but it is nice to start getting more books on shelves, and I'm trying to figure out a game plan to see if I'm going to be able to get all of my books on shelves or if some of them are going to be hidden away until I move into like a different place at some point. But other than that, we'll see. I do have a reading update for you. So I am reading Unromance, and now I am on page 125. So I'm a good bit through, and this one is intriguing for me. Okay, so we follow this woman named Sawyer, and she is a romance author who has done very well. She has 3 books out. One of them has been turned into a movie, but she is having trouble writing her next book. She is having major writer's block because she's a romance author, and she doesn't really believe in romance anymore. She just got out of a terrible breakup that took away all of her friends and everything from her, and so she's having trouble writing romance. Enters Mason West. Mason West is an actor on a doctor show called Diagnostics, and he is kind of known as this man who constantly is dating women and then breaks up and moves on. Behind the scenes, we know a little bit more truth that he does date women because he is a hopeless romantic and he is thinking that this is it, and then they always leave him for somebody else. So it's honestly not him. He's not a womanizer at all. People just keep leaving him, but he's still so hopeful for romance. And so these two end up meeting. They have a one-night stand, which is not my favorite thing, but it was okay how it went in here. They have a one-night stand, and then they keep crossing paths, and they decide that she is going to ruin romance for him so that he doesn't feel the need to get in the relationship, and he is going to help inspire her to write her romance book by kind of going on all of these tropey dates. The cool thing is, like, throughout these chapters, the beginning of each chapter, it like defines a different trope. So like chapter 1 has the meet cute, and then in chapter 2 it's secretly famous, and so each chapter has a different trope. And then this one, chapter 13 that I'm on, says kiss me so we can hide. Like, the tropes are so cute. I am huge into romance tropes, and so the fact that this book kind of centers all around those tropes and how can we ruin them for somebody who is like hopelessly romantic, that's great. I can see both sides of this so much. I am like hopelessly romantic like Mason. I just want to find love, but I am also on the side of Sawyer where I have been burned so recently by love that I never want to be romantic again. So I'm literally on both sides. I'm split in both directions. The only thing I don't like in here is their banter is like very sexualized, and I don't always love that, especially because like they're supposed to be just friends and they had the one night stand and everything, and I don't want them to have these constant innuendos and stuff. Like, I love a good innuendo, but I don't want their banter just to be solely based on that. Like, I want something deeper, more emotional, and I feel like we're getting some sides of that, but not quite fully yet. She is just like a very sexual person, which is like all great and dandy for her, but that's not my kind of thing, and so I am definitely loving Mason more than I love Sawyer, but I am having fun. It is kind of a quick read, and we'll see if I like start falling for Sawyer more or not, but other than that, that is the plan for today. I'm going to finish, I think I'm on season 11 of Hell's Kitchen. I'm going to finish that. I'm a few episodes away, and then of course I'll start season 12. But other than that, I don't think I have any plans today. I'm going to clean up a bit of my room because it's kind of a mess after building this bookshelf. And then I do have a mini Christmas tree that I bought for my bedroom that I'm probably going to put up later so I can show you all of that as well. I was gonna go work out, but I woke up this morning and I feel like I got hit by a bus, and I don't know why I'm so exhausted. I slept for 10 hours and my body's just so sore, and I truly think it's from building this bookshelf by myself. Like, I'm 5'1" and this bookshelf is clearly over 6 foot, so it's a lot of work. I am a strong, independent woman, and you know, it went great. So now let me show you what the setup we have going is. Okay, so obviously this is my first bookshelf. This is the mess that I'm gonna take care of today. I'm thinking about replacing this with a tall one because honestly, this TV doesn't even work. I moved it from Colorado and it stopped working. So I might just replace this and get a tall one here and maximize that space. This is a box of books I am unhauling. I am trying to be ruthless with books as I am shelving them. And then obviously my book cart, I'm gonna get another big shelf to put right there at some point. And here's the first one I had, and here is the second one I built. Don't they look nice together? Obviously they're not organized completely how I want to, but they're still nice. This one I kind of just put like favorite series on, and yeah. And then I have more stacks here. This is another unhaul box, And then obviously the stacks have gotten smaller because now they are on the shelf. Don't forget, I still have 2 bins of boxes in my closet. So hate and love that for me. But that's what it's looking like right now. All right, the lighting's a little iffy because it is like 5:15 p.m. and so the sun's going down. But also, excuse my outfit, I just went and did my 30th birthday photo shoot, and this is the dress I wore, and I figured why not film my update before I change out. Also, I put up my little Christmas tree and it fills me with so much joy. Like, it is crazy the boost of serotonin I got just from this little Christmas tree. Absolutely love it. But I do have an update for you because I did finish Unromance earlier this morning and this was cute. I liked it. I'm gonna give it 3 stars because I loved Mason, but I did not like Sawyer. Like, there was never a part of me that was like, oh, I like Sawyer. But Mason and I, 2 peas in a pod. Like, that man and I share a brain. The way he talked about love and talked about how he usually navigates love, 100% me. And you know, maybe I should learn a thing or two from this book and chill the heck out sometimes and slow down. But you know, will I change? Probably not. But he is just such a hopeless romantic, and so am I, and so I really saw myself in Mason, and so that's why I enjoyed the book as much as I did, is because of Mason. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have enjoyed this because I just really did not like Sawyer. But I am gonna give it 3 stars. I loved every trope that was in here. I am such a tropey reader, and so they were all fantastic in here. And what I didn't know is this is also set during like the winter time, which is perfect for this time of year. So I do recommend reading it. So 3 stars for that. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and end out this vlog because unfortunately it is Sunday and we go back to work tomorrow. December 1st tomorrow, and we have 3 weeks till Christmas. So these next 3 weeks are gonna be crazy for teachers, but I'm excited to see all of my kids that I haven't seen for a week. And I did manage to read, I think, 4 books this week, so the momentum is going, and hopefully I can continue that as we go back to school tomorrow. But I read some really great books. I had some really great feelings about all of them, and I definitely recommend all of them. But that is it for this video. If you have made it this far, go ahead and leave the turkey emoji because it was Thanksgiving week. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!